what I think talent-wise, I've been real blessed to be able to organize. So I constantly am searching the world, looking at great people like Denis and searching their brains, looking for the best practices. How do people think? What are the distinctions? And then I serve that back up to my clients and audiences. Most people aren't strategic about their life. They're just doing their life, and they don't step back and go, oh, how can I be smarter about what I'm doing? How can I be a smarter parent? How can I be a smarter businessman? How can I be a smarter salesperson? Strategically directing instead of just hurrying, working more, or tactically just running harder.
Right.
And a lot of people just don't do that. Success is an interesting word, talking about what you really want, Get clear on what you want.
Why is it so difficult for Americans to define what they want and go after it?
Well, first off, as I talk about in several of my works, people really don't take the time or the discipline to get clear on what they want. So they go through life and they kind of think what they know, but I challenge people to get really clear, and once you get clear on what you want, I believe you can attract more of that.
Dennis, Mary Kay once said that people plan their vacations better than their lives.
Well, and I've stolen that and used that from her. Spend more time planning a party or a vacation than they do their own lives. Or how about going shopping to the store? At least they write that down.
Right.
Because if you didn't write it down, you'd buy everything they advertise.
So now the question is, how do you develop a shopping list for life to get what you want?
Well, I think first of all you have to decide what you're good at and what you love. And I've always thought you really ought to take some time to discover your budding talents.
How did you discover that you had a talent that you wanted to explore and align with a goal?
Well, I had an opportunity in about, 25 years ago, where a guy called me up and he said, I'd like to come over and spend a half a day with you, and I'll pay you a large sum of money just to talk to you. And I said, you got to be kidding. And at the time I was doing very, very well, and he came over and wrote me a big check, and he said, I want you to show me how to make money. So that really kind of impacted my whole career. And so for the last 25 years, what I've been doing is helping people really have more successful lives, get better results, and all stem back from that one little opportunity there where a guy reached out and said, hey, can you help me?
So, the real issue is a lot of people out there that dealing with failure experiences, that deal with the bitterness of disappointment. So the question is, how do you handle that and recover and then succeed again?
What I did was I constantly kept refining what do I really want to accomplish. And I stepped back and said, okay, obviously what I have right now is not what I want to accomplish. But I started writing goals, Gerhard, when I was 17. Matter of fact, Zig really impacted my life in that capacity. And you too, Denis, for many years, obviously.
When you were in high school.
Listening to your audios. And really, when I was down, what I did was I stepped back and said, where am I going with my goals? And that gave me inspiration. And that's what I encourage people that are listening today to think about, is maybe it's not the situation that you want. Maybe the season in your life is not exactly where you want it to be, but where do you want to go? What do you want to become? I talk about that a lot today when I help people, not just what do you want to have, right, Denis? It's what do you want to become? What do you want to share? What do you want to experience? And so if people really have that clarity, it can really be impactful.